Good morning, Sally. It's wonderful to be here with you and to talk to our audience again. How are you this morning?
I'm revved and ready to go today, Harry. I'm loving this topic. It's one of my favourites. One of my favourite things.
It is, and I often chat to you while you're walking.
Woohoo! Walking, walking, walking. Yeah.
Why do you like walking so much, Sally?
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it the most because it allows me to just get centered and turn off from the rest of the world and let go of the hustle and bustle of everyday life and the stuff that's going on. I love walking so much. I do it every day, and I have a beautiful track that I do along the river, along the Yarra, and then up around the Tan, and then back down along the river. It's like being in the country, but you're in the city. It's about 8.5 k. It takes me about an hour and a half, and I do it most days. And I catch up with people if I need to, if I'm in that headspace, like make phone calls. It's like a walking office, if you like, or I listen to audiobooks. I do that a lot. And sometimes I just like the silence, just to walk along and just have the peace. Just peace is my guru word. I just love peace because around me there's so much chaos, and peace is just awesome. And just, regroup, really turn off. How about you?
I like it because I feel good afterwards. I enjoy the rhythm of it. And it's one of those wonderful things in life, like breathing. It's free. You don't need any equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all done this, buying, getting sucked in by fitness equipment. Homes around the globe are littered with fitness equipment. It's like the gym membership. You buy it and then you don't have to do it.
Well, you tick that box, I've got the membership, yeah. But how many people have got walkers in their bedroom, which are just sort of clothes racks?
That's right. And then it goes out into the garage sale. Somebody in the street buys it. And then a couple of years later, they sell it and somebody else in the street buys it. And it looks brand new because it's never been used.
Yeah, one person's junk is another person's junk, It just goes on and on. No, walking is just awesome, it gets the whole body moving. There's so many health benefits, of course, associated with walking, but it's particularly when you're stuck in the chair in the office all the time and hunched over, it's really good for your posture. Keep getting walking, improve circulation and the lymphatic system, because your calves and your feet are the pump to get the whole lymph system moving. Otherwise it's just sort of sits there coagulating. Oh, it's awful.
The book I pulled out off my bookshelf for today is by a guy called Greg Anderson. He's a cancer survivor. And he wrote a book called The 22 Non-Negotiable Laws of Wellness. And guess where walking is? Number 4.
Number 4? What's number 1?
4. Well, it's about the headspace.
Right.
The number 1 is law of esprit, law of personal accountability, law of unity. So they're more global, internal, mental, spiritual things. Which, so that's really important. Just on that. But I looked up the Australian guidelines. I think that's a good place to start.
Yep.
The Australian guidelines are like under 3, they should be moving most of the time.
Right.
They should be moving whenever they want to.
Yep.
Between 3 and 5, they should not be sitting for more than an hour. They shouldn't be immobile for more than an hour.
Really? Yep.
In a car seat or a seat or something. And they should be moving at least 21 hours a week. 5 to 17, they should be moving and exercising at least 7 hours a week. So it's an hour a day.
Yep.
18 to 64, this is your group, Sally, 2.5 to 5 hours a week.
Is that it?
That's
I do that a day.
It's not very demanding.
No.
And for my age, I'm 69, it's only 3.5 hours a week.
Wow. Well, I think that's, not enough. Absolutely.
These are the required minimum. When you say that's not enough, if I look up the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare stats, 45% of adults meet the guidelines, meet those guidelines. Only 17% of adults meet the physical activity and strength guidelines.
Yeah, it's really bad.
only 30% of kids meet the physical activity guidelines. And it gets worse. Only 12% of kids 5 to 12 meet the physical activity and screen guidelines.
Yeah, right. What's
And
this?
only 2% of teenagers meet it.
Whoa,
2%.
that's frightening, Harry. That is
So
frightening.
the odds are your kids don't meet the guidelines.
Whoa, that's just like frightening. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we know that if you move in childhood, you build awesome connections in the brain.
Mm. Mm.
That's why babies move. They move to connect the brain. We know that if babies don't crawl,
Yep.
they can walk, they can run, they can be athletes, but they may struggle to read.
Mm. Is that because they didn't crawl first?
Correct. You can bum shuffle and then walk
Yep.
and become an Olympic athlete, but
You
you
say
may struggle. Yeah, bum shuffle. It's a term.
yeah, yeah.
You know, you got your shiny nappy on and you got
Yeah.
a shiny floor and you just, yeah, you
It's
go
like a
like
golf
that.
with
Like
worms, right? It's like
you can bum shuffle on your potty.
yeah, yeah. Wow. That's frightening because those are conservative guidelines, conservative amounts of exercise anyway. So
Yes.
for that
Yes.
high percentage of people not to meet it, that's really frightening. It's frightening, frightening, frightening. Because I've got, the good news stats of like if you are walking, all the benefits of it, other than like lowering your blood pressure, reducing your risk of diabetes, but it reduces the risk of stroke by 20 to 40%. Now that's huge. That's a huge amount. And then if you're doing 5 days a week, minimum of 30 minutes a day, there's a 30% decrease in risk of having cardiovascular disease because that's, the biggest killer in Australia. That's 1 in 12. What is it? One person every 12 minutes dies in Australia of CVD, cardiovascular disease. So just by walking alone, it reduces your risk of having it by 30%. Like it's huge and it's easy and it's free and there's 24 hours in a day. It's just making it a priority to walk. I mean, we've discussed this before. You can park your car and walk a bit further to work or to the station or whatever. There's different ways. But one thing I'm quite big on about walking is having good shoes because particularly if you're walking long distances. What have you got on today? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good supportive cushioning shoes because
You've got to have good shoes, absolutely. It's like tires on a car. Don't skimp on your shoes.
No, absolutely. And you see people walking to work and they've got the high heels in the handbag and put the runners on.
Women's shoes, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. For many years when I was working in corporate, I couldn't actually, it was very uncomfortable to put runners on because I was always in high heels. I mean, and now it's the other way around. Barely do I wear high heels. I'm always in some form of runners. Always. I got the good cushioning.
Very good.
I alternate them every other day so that they have time for the cushioning to come back up.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. That's really important. Yeah.
Really important. Another thing about walking, which I love finding out about, it reduces the development of varicose veins because you're stopping the swelling and restlessness in your legs. So it's another cosmetic feature, as well as sort of reducing the midsection layer of fat there where the insulin inefficient breakdown of insulin. It just helps with that. So that's a big thing. And it stops you getting, I know for me, when I'm out walking in the sunshine, it gets rid of the SADs, cracks the SADs, during winter.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
That seasonal disorder is horrible. But another good thing about walking is you can be social. I say to people, I don't do dinners and I don't do lunches or coffees, but come for a walk. And they go, yeah, that's a good idea. And it's really fun, catch up on everything. And it's a win-win. Because we're also time poor.
And, I think there are other benefits like you improve muscle tone.
Yep.
You improve figure and posture.
Yep. Big time.
You gain energy. It's energizing. And like you said, it gives stress relief.
Yeah, big time.
Pretty much doesn't matter what age you are, it'll improve injury recovery.
Yeah, good one.
And it'll reduce your perception of pain too.
Right.
It'll improve mental acuity. That's one of the things that walking seems to do disproportionately
Yep.
above any other activity. You'll look younger, you'll be more flexible, it will reduce bone loss.
Mm.
Not as much as strength training, but it will do that. It'll reduce your weight. It'll maintain your balance. So it'll reduce your risk of falling.
Yeah.
It'll increase flexibility and ultimately it'll preserve your independence. Once you lose the capacity to walk, and I've entitled this today's chat, Move It or Lose It.
I like that. Yeah, mine's Walk the Talk. Yeah. It's, it actually makes you more creative too. Walkers think more creatively than people who are sitting down. So, and you're getting some good fresh air. You're getting the vitamin D, getting that sunshine. It's awesome. I really love it. Like you walk most days, do you?
I used to have a car park under the building.
Yeah.
That was deleted. Okay. And I was a little bit annoyed, and then I park up the road in a free spot in the college, and then pretty much immediately I became grateful for the walk.
Yeah.
Because it gives me 20 minutes a day as part of my routine.
Yeah. Perfect.
And that kind of leads into my model. First thing is make a commitment.
Yep.
Second thing is modify your life to create a daily habit. It has to be daily.
Yep.
It's not something you're going to do just so I park away from where I work, and to get to work I have to walk.
Yep.
And the third thing is minimum 20 minutes a day.
Yep.
Of course you can do more than that. And this will give you action, it'll allow you to achieve results, and it'll build you into awesomeness.
I love that. Build you into awesomeness. Love it. One thing that I do a lot when I'm walking is practice gratitude. As I'm out there with nature, which we've spoken about the trees and all that, the benefits there, but just I think about what I'm really grateful for and put everything into perspective, particularly when it's been rushing, busy, chasing, and then I get to stop, ground myself, relax, regroup, and then just think about the positive aspects in my life and what I'm really grateful for. And then I also manifest a lot too when I'm walking, and walking meditations are good. You sort of get into that trance, obviously with your eyes open and stop at the roads, but on my track there's no sort of traffic lights or having to cross the road, so it's a really good place to do my walking meditations, and it's really cool and manifesting what I want to bring into my life.
I'm laughing because there was a program about Paul Hogan last night on TV.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know, you remember his early skits where he'd be kind of doing something and a pretty girl would walk past. So funny.
Politically incorrect these days, but yeah.
They were so funny. Oh my goodness.
I know. Well, I mean, when I was in corporate, we used to go out at lunchtimes and, people would walk the streets. And one of my colleagues would put on, I call them dirty pervers, the old dark sunnies. So
yeah.
With all the chicks are out there in the little frocks and whatever, and they enjoyed their lunchtime walks.
Exactly. Well,
Getting out. So I've done a model today too.
Good. I look forward to it, Sally.
Very similar to yours. So first of all, as you said, you've got to schedule it in, have a regular structure and routine, and then also get some really good supportive shoes to support your back, your joints, and reduce the pain in your body. So when you schedule in your regular structure and routine and get some good supportive shoes, then you're just going to be overall healthier in your body, mind, and soul. You'll have the better energy, better mood, all those benefits. Then when you've got the good shoes on and you then join in with some social friends, make it a social gathering, share your walk with friends, catch up, all that sort of stuff, then you just are overall happier and, less stress, more connected. Which leads into the connection is when you're being more social and you've got those regular structure and routines, you just feel more connected with your social environment, social group, with your friends, and with what's going on in the world, because there's nothing better than just, shooting the breeze and talking about world events or whatever, or mindset stuff. I talk about mindset stuff a lot with my friends and consciously connecting ourselves to to ourselves and to the world and what's happening. So, you know, it's a win-win really. And overall, if you're doing all of that, when you're being social, you're scheduling it in, got your good shoes on, you're just going to satisfy your soul at the end of the day. Your soul feels really happy. It doesn't feel crushed, satisfied, because there's just so many benefits to it. And as you said, it's so easy and it's free, and you can do it at any time. You know, it's something other than leg issues. Even you've got, you know, if you're out with injuries, you know, top half, you can still do it. So if you can't do the weights for whatever reason, or you're still getting the benefits of it. And, you know, it's boosting metabolism and, you know, keeps your weight off, and even losing some weight. Just keeps you moving and gets your circulation going. You're going to poo better. It gets, you know, it's got the ab movement and that sort of stuff. So your circulation, your digestion, it's really good to go for a walk after you've eaten. So lowering down your blood sugar, helping your digestion, that sort of stuff, digesting your food. And nothing better with daylight savings. You know, our days are getting longer. Next month's daylight savings kicking in. It's really nice to go in the evening. It's really beautiful. It does.
So I was going to ask you, Sally, what's your favourite time of day to go for a walk?
Well, look, last week I went, it was 6 in the morning, did a couple of laps of the tan. It was pissing down with rain. I had my thing on, but you know what? It was such a good start to the day. It's a really good start. Yeah. Usually I can't do it because of the kids, but another favourite is sort of straight after lunch, or in that afternoon when the sun's it's really, really warm and toasty. I like that in winter because sort of the warm of the day. But in summer, I really love it in the evenings, particularly on a really hot, balmy day, and you go for a beautiful walk. You just feel really refreshed and rejuvenated. And so I watch telly, and it's just like a really nice thing to do in the evening. Come back about 9 o'clock, and feel good, baby.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
But any time of the day, honestly, I mean, it is for your melatonin levels and all that sort of stuff. It's the best benefit is in the morning, but you know, whenever, just do it, and do it every day. It's, you know, if you've got a dog, you've got to walk it, you know, for example. So but walking a dog, I also found that if you go, they stop and sniff. So sometimes it's a bit difficult unless you go to an off-lead park and then let them run around, and you can walk the laps of the oval or whatever at the same time. But
do you have to have them on a lead along the Yarra?
Yeah, you do. And the bikes just go shh, shh, shh all the time. So
right. Yeah, of course.
Dogs the last few days, and you've got to keep the lead so tight because they're just ruthless. Because it's a bike trail as well as a walking track. So
you
actually can't go at sort of knock off time after work because it's just like peak hour. You just get knocked over.
Which is cool. That's really good.
Yeah, that people are
getting people off the roads. Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's just all tree land, and you know, people are rowing, and it's, you know, there's got
the Yarra is phenomenal. You know,
because walking by water is really cathartic. It's really really good. Clears the energy. Moving water, it's fantastic for you. So, you know, walking.
You know why they put water features in shopping centres?
Is that to calm people down, clear the energy?
They spend more because they're feeling more relaxed.
No way.
Absolutely. It's not put in for fun.
Wow. Well, I'm thinking of Dubai with all those big water things, and you know, wow. Is that right? You're a wealth of knowledge, Harry.
I used to work for Coles Mine. So.
Running water makes me need to go to the toilet, though, those stupid water. I mean, I love the water fountains, but...
Oh, my God. When I go to the sink, you know, it happens every time.
Just turn the tap on and you're done. Washing the dishes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, well, I love this, Harry. Oh, I've got yeah, go on.
Do you have a favourite brand of shoes for walking in?
Well, I recommend my clients, Asics or Brooks, the most supportive. But it's really important to make sure that you get someone who knows what they're talking about to check out your foot, because you can, was it pronate or whatever, and particularly with your arches as you age, arches can sort of come in a bit, and plantar fasciitis a lot of my clients have had from poor shoes with lack of support. You can build it up.
That's actually not necessarily, we can maybe talk about that another time.
About what?
About plantar fasciitis.
Well, that would be good. Yeah.
The brand that I've been recommended is Ascent.
Oh yes. They're expensive though, but it's priceless.
are expensive, but this is for, yeah, interesting. Yeah. Well, we could talk about that sometime. We've talked long enough today.
Yeah. I had 3 little tips, but I've already mentioned.
Good.
Shoes, get some supportive, comfy shoes, schedule it into your daily life, at least 30 minutes a day, and then stick at it. Start with just small steps, but just start doing it and then keep it going, because it's really soul satisfying. So sticking.
So that's the benefit of building it into your daily routine.
Correct.
Yeah. I can't get to work unless I walk.
Yeah.
So I do it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, even shopping, sometimes I put a backpack on my back and I think, well, it's half an hour there. I don't need too many things, and it limits me from shopping, because you go in for one thing,
Right.
with 10, then I walk them back, or I even it out. But I do that on some days as well. I think I'm gonna stuff it, and I can't be bothered with the traffic and the car and all that sort of stuff.
Sounds horrific, the traffic.
Yeah, it is.
I get frustrated if I'm not on the road, like in 5 minutes, and I'm up to 100k.
Oh my God. That's the difference between Canberra and Melbourne, Harry. Seriously. As you know, I do 3 to 5 hours a day driving, and it's literally only wouldn't even be 5k down the road. It's crazy. Back and forward.
Why can't the kids go on bike? Do any kids go on bikes?
Oh, some do. Yeah, my eldest used to. But yeah, their bags are so heavy too. What are those saddlebag things? Whatever. He used to put those in there. It's sporting equipment and all that sort of stuff. And plus, that's my bonding time with the kids, is in the car, believe me.
Yeah, sure, of course, yes.
There's a bonus there.
Good.
They get to listen to me lecture. Anyway, I'll let you go. I've loved today's topic. I love it. I'm
Awesome.
passionate about it.
Good. And we'll catch you again next week.
Okay, can't wait.
Okay.
See you again.
Bye then.